Hojlund medicals has been completed and the announcement is gonna be done this weekend. He's just focused on his visa, the registration, and gonna get his contract signed as a Manchester United player until 2028. And also Ben Jacobs dropped an awesome interview with the United Stand talking about the Glazers family and the takeover process. Like the delay is still ongoing, but the most positive thing about this is that the Glazers are still gonna sell. So welcome to Football You Go See. Here's your guy, the daily news, Manchester United transfer and will take about news about Manchester United. So if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe, like the video, leave a comment below and watch this video. So let's get down into it, guys. So according to Samuel Luckhurst, Rasmus Hojlund completed his medicals as a Manchester United player. The announcement of Rasmus Hojlund arrival at Man United is still expected to be around United's friendly with Leeds at 12:45 p.m. on Saturday. It's gonna be done on the weekend, so it's gonna be announced on the weekend, and maybe we can see an announcement at Old Trafford. I would very love that. All the United fans are waiting for that. While we're waiting and expecting that it's gonna be announced up in front of the 80,000 capacity and in front of the 80,000 fans. I would definitely love that. Like his announcement, just like Casemiro, I would indeed love that. He has completed his medicals and is about to be a Manchester United player right now. Manchester United are on track to get the deal done and sealed, and I feel it's gonna be done and gonna be signed maybe tomorrow, and the announcement will be done in the weekend on Saturday. Will officially be a Manchester United player. This is what all we have been waiting for, and it's gonna be announced. There is no any issue about the transfer. It's just going smooth. He's just focused on his visa, his registration, and getting the contract signed. So I feel the contract is gonna be signed tomorrow, early tomorrow, and it's gonna be signed. Medicals have been completed already and will be a Manchester United player as soon as possible, and maybe it will be unveiled in front of the thousands of fans, and I would indeed love that for him to get a proper moment with the United fans. As mentioned, is officially a United player. His medicals have been successful and we're very happy that he went successful. There are no any problem on his medicals. He went successful, as Samuel Luckhurst from the Man United Evening News confirmed it that his medicals went successful, just on the visa, and his deal will be done and sealed. Man United have gotten the main man who scored 9 goals in 32 games for Atalanta last season. He had a great season, and we believe he's going to have that great season again at Manchester United. I love this player, and this deal is going to be done as soon as possible. It's going to be done. Man United are still hoping to get some players out of the club to land other signing. Like Amrabat will definitely be our first signing of the summer. We've got splash some cash on Onana, Mason Mount, and even Rasmus Hojlund. So we're about to get Sophie Amrabat as soon as possible, and I will believe it is gonna be done. Medicals have been done, and they're gonna be a Man United player. So about the takeover race, so the Glazers feel that how football is advancing and the globalization of the game, such as the new club World Cup format, Saudi Pro League, etc., gives them the opportunity to want more money from the club. So it's still ongoing. This is the worst part about this takeover process. It's definitely the worst part. Like the Glazers still want more money. We know that from day one. They are very greedy. They still want more money out of the club. Like this takeover race and this takeover process is still being delayed. The only positive thing about it is that it's still on. It haven't been paused. After reports coming out from different journalists that the takeover have been paused, all those reports are false. Like it haven't been paused. Ben Jacobs are confirming that it haven't been paused. Even Samuel Luckhurst confirmed it haven't been paused. So we're right on the right track right now, and we are about to get the Qatari billionaire as the next owner of Manchester United. Due to the said advancement, this is why there's still a level of hesitation to sell from Joel and Glazers' point of view. A sale isn't paused though. According to Ben Jacobs from Qatar side, the outcome of the sale will be yes or instantly either be successful or pull out of their own terms, according to Ben Jacobs again. So Ben Jacobs has been awesome and very reliable these few years right now. I love Ben Jacobs, and I believe his report. He's having great and reliable sources and great information about the takeover race, just like Samuel Luckhurst as well. My United journalists are doing great. Ben Jacobs is doing great, and I love his update and his information. Glazers family still delaying this after 9 months of this takeover process right now. They are still delaying this. this, both parties are still very confident they are gonna win Manchester United and be the next owner. The Glazers family still wants more money, and all the 6 Glazers are still keeping to the asking price. They still want 6 billion, and this takeover is now very active as before right now. It's very active, very working actively. Let's be sincere, it's working actively right now. Glazers still want 6 billion, so they are expecting maybe one of the two parties to submit a bid and approve a bid for about 500 million pounds, just like the Qatari billionaire. He submitted the 5.5 billion pounds, and he's just 500 million pounds away from taking over Manchester United. And I feel that will definitely still be a long way to go. Like, the Glazers are very slow decision makers, even in the club. For them make decision about the club, they are very slow decision makers, and I feel this will take forever, like 9 months. When is it gonna end? Are we gonna wait till for the Glazers to leave for another year? And I feel they're gonna stay for another year. They will continue keeping the club and being the top shareholders at the club. All the 6 Glazers are reluctant to leave, but they will still sell Manchester United, but they want to sell it for the great price. So the great advancement of football right now, football is advancing. Let's be sincere, the Saudi Pro League just coming just because of the influence of Cristiano Ronaldo, and they believe the new Club World Cup will give them a great investment and value the club for about 10 billion pounds. Like, maybe in the next 5 years they'll value Manchester United for 10 billion pounds, and they will get a great money and cash out from Manchester United, and moving go to another investment and go to another company to get another business. Like, they want more money out of the club. Every time we lost so many targets, Kimi Jane, Timber, Arcel, Disansi, and multiple targets. We have lost multiple targets. We couldn't even bid for Hurricane because of his 100 million price tag. Bayern Munich are finding it difficult. They talk a little more of Manchester United, who doesn't have cash, and we overpaid for Rasmus Hojlund for just 17 million euros. We literally overpaid for him, and we are still about to sell some players just to land 30 million rated Sofian Rabat. Like, Man United are facing transfer setback. I don't understand the club right now. Man United are in a big mess, and the takeover race is still ongoing. The most positive about this thing is that all the 6 Glazers want to sell it for a great price. That actually shows how greedy they are. They have been greedy for Manchester United since they stepped their foot at Old Trafford. Since the past years right now, it's about 18 years right now, they have been owners of the club. The 6 Glazers still want more money, and they are 500 million pounds away. They are very disappointed from the 2 bids submitted from the both parties. Both parties have been told they are unsuccessful in the takeover race, and the Qatari billionaire still believes he's still in pole position and still the front runner. But let's be sincere, both parties, the Ineos company and the Qatari Group, are front runners of the race right now. None of them is put in the dark. None of them is not leading. All of them are leading the race. Like, that, making it more active and very controversial. This is a controversial topic that has been going on for 9 months right now, and we are very sick and tired, and we hope the Qatari billionaire be the next owner of Manchester United. So who do you want to be the next owner of Man United? Is this Sergio Maflet or the Qatari billionaire Sheikh Gassim Mohammed turning to be the next owner of Man United? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Like, this club haven't been invested in any penny. No penny have been dropped since the Glazers took over Manchester United. They haven't made any investment in the club. They still demand 6 billion pounds. Like, this is very unfair. It isn't unfair. Like, you own a football club, then you just value the club for about 6 billion, and that will open in the next 5 years they'll value Manchester United for 10 billion pounds. It's unfair, guys. Literally unfair, and we don't want them. We want them out of the club right now. We don't want them to be the next owner of Man United for another year, and I believe they're gonna overstay for another year, because this takeover is just look like it is not gonna end. Let's be sincere, it just look like it's not even gonna end. Like, when is it gonna end? We hope it's gonna end soon, but the Glazers family are very disappointed. They want more money, they want more higher bid from both parties, and the whole dimension and the whole direction of this takeover process will be changed if another bid is stable. Qatari billionaire has been very clear. He just submitted the take it or leave it bid. They are in poor position right now, and they believe they are not going to bid for them to take over Manchester United. That they believe that bid is enough to take over Man United, for a club who has been unrecognizable for over the past decade, a club who who haven't won any trophy, any major trophy over the past decade, they believe that bid is enough to take over Man United. The Glazers family, the Glazers believe that Sheikh and Serge Gnabry haven't submitted and reached the asking price of £6 billion for Man United. The takeover race is very, very controversial. This takeover process, the negotiation is still ongoing. The most positive thing about this that the negotiations are still ongoing. None of the parties are set to pull out or withdraw from the race. None of the parties are set to pull out. They want to take over Manchester United. So leave that in the comment section, guys. Serge Gnabry or Sheikh behind the time to be the next one of Man United. Let me know in the comment section, guys. The Glazers family point of view right now is that the sale isn't paused. They are very, very focused on the sale. It isn't paused. Both parties still very, very confident, and the takeover is still ongoing. And maybe when the season kicks off and maybe we will have this decision from Mason Greenwood, have many and multiple signs, the Glazers will still be owners of Manchester United. Don't be surprised if the Glazers are owners in the next 5 years. Let's be sincere. Don't be surprised. That's just a reminder from Football Gossip. Don't be surprised if the Glazers are owners of Man United in the upcoming 5 years. So bye for the day, bye guys. We still want the Glazers out of Manchester United. They still want more money at the club, and they want higher bids. Rasmus Hojlund completed his medicals. The Glazers out process still go ongoing. All the United fans still want them out of the club. Like the video, leave a comment below for what you think about Rasmus Hojlund and the Glazers family. Leave a comment below. Subscribe, guys.